Hey, Donald Miller here, Donald Miller's Electrical Services, September 26th. And it looks like the fall might be getting here a little early, so it's nice to hear. It's the end of the busy season, so they say. You know, summer times, usually in electrical, you're putting in extra hours. There's more jobs, there's weekend work, there's after hours work, and then in the fall, we tend to slow down a little bit. And it's just part of the ebb and flow, which is nice, you know. Being on the over the hill or being on the after effects, you know, it's nice to calm down a little bit. But I'm going to talk about a subject that actually an apprentice called me from Florida, and I won't name drop, but how you doing? So he has a problem, and he was looking for a little bit of advice, and here's the problem. So he is foremaning a job, all right, and he's being paid as a standard, either apprentice or journeyman, but he's actually running the job, and it's the first job he was running, so he wants the pay of that position, okay, and his dilemma is he feels like he's being shorted. And coming from my point of view, he's in an amazing opportunity. All right. In this trade, if you want to make the next level, if you want to get that raise, okay, you need to do the position first, okay, before you get the raise. All right, you don't get a raise and then get put into the position and taught the position. You have to learn the position and then seek compensation for what you know. And I know it's a weird way to do it, but if you do it that way, you can demand the money. So, and this is what I mean by that. So if he doesn't know how to be a foreman and this company put him into a foreman's position, okay, then this company, the company has to know he's going to make a lot of mistakes in the beginning, okay? And that's what I mean by learning the position. Get into the position and make all the mistakes underneath this company, because it's not your dime, it's the company's dime. So learn how to be the foreman, okay? Learn how to prep the jobs. Get them to rough inspection. Get them to final, okay? And become the best foreman possible on this company's time. Don't worry about your pay, all right? You're learning a skill that is going to be far more valuable than they can compensate you for, okay? If you study being a foreman, if you really study being a foreman, it is a fascinating position, and you have the freedom to organize to the nth degree the project. So if you want to organize how often do you order wire nuts, you can organize being a foreman to that degree. If you want to organize how many boxes do you need weekly, you can look at your inventory, look at your manpower, and there's so much raw data there that, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like, you can look at how many mechanical hours versus apprentice hours versus helper hours and dissect a job. And then as a foreman, who you put in what position dictates the flow of the job, how much fun the job is, how much of a grind the job becomes, how, like, all the difficulties with it. There's so much freedom in the foreman's position because you're almost like an orchestra's conductor. You're dictating the flow of the project, and it's completely different than being a mechanic, okay? And a lot of mechanics that get put into that foreman position, they think it's a burden, and it's not. It's a completely different skill set. It's a different education level, and the guys that are really good at it are amazing. And I mean, they are highly highly compensated. Okay, a good foreman easily can double a mechanic's rate. And I'm not talking, so if you're bound by union pay, that's different. I don't know your pay scales, okay? But on the non-union side, a good foreman, sky's the limit. Like, I mean, the pay rates are insane, okay? I apprenticed underneath a guy that $100 an hour for him was nothing. That was the norm for his skill set. So, and he taught me how to troubleshoot. He's the one that was teaching me how to run jobs. And I was taught by getting thrown into the fire. So there's two different ways that you can be taught. And one is being spoon-fed, and the other is trial by fire. All right? Trial by fire is you get thrown into the position and you learn, you work your mistakes out. And the more that's on the line, the hotter the fire gets. And trial by fire is, if you're cut out for it, it's awesome. You learn quickly, you learn on the run, it's exciting. Your mistakes suck, but you learn a lot from them. All right? Spoon-fed takes longer, and typically when you're spoon-fed a foreman's position, you're spoon-fed the previous foreman how he learned, okay? Where trial by fire, you adapt to your own learning curve. So there's two different ways to it. But at the end, advice I gave to this guy is master that position. Master your inventory. Master how many mechanical hours it's taking you to do the job. How many apprentice hours, how many helper hours. Master what mechanic is better in what position. Master everything you can about that position while you're there. And when you do a couple more projects for this company, take notes. Keep track of your progression, okay? So when it's time to ask for that raise, you're going into that interview with some ammo on your back, okay? And you can state, I foreman this project, I didn't do that well. The second project I foreman, I was able to complete it with 100 less labor hours. Materials, we saved on materials. This is what we did here. This is what we did there. And what you're doing is you're just sharpening your skills as not only as a mechanic, but documenting the progress of the mechanics on that site. And foremans aren't all bad, okay? Yes, you can have some dictatorish style foremans, but typically they're not the good foremans. A good foreman is more of an elder, not an elder. A good foreman isn't a dictator. Let's put it that way, okay? It's like the wise old man is kind of a good analogy, I guess. All right, but I love being a foreman. Okay, it was probably one of the most exciting parts of the job, and I loved putting my tool belt on and getting into the mix of it. Yeah, the foreman has other duties in the morning, kind of organizing and getting everything moving. But the moment I can get my tool belt on and jump in, I'm right in there with them because it's fun. It's a fun day. Especially if you got to the level of foreman, okay? Hey man, it's your circus, bro. Okay? Like, have fun with it, enjoy it. Don't grind. Don't grind them out. I understand some jobs are just bulldog grinds, okay? But, a lot of times jobs, the better you become a foreman, the more enjoyable a job can become. All right. So, word to the wise, if you're looking for that next rate or that higher income and you get put into that position, don't demand the money right away. Learn, become really, really good. That way, if you go in for an interview and they say, no, we're not giving you a raise, you're already a foreman. Go to another company and be compensated for what you are. All right. God bless. Enjoy yourselves out there.